Irish guy, and so this video is sponsored by Manscaped. I mean, come on, it's the summer, right? Well, don't look out the window today, but try and go down the beach looking like a hairy oaf, and I'm pretty sure you'll have distressed mothers begging the lifeguards to make you leave. Aussie, walk around with hair sticking out of your shorts. You know, like a 22-year-old Hagrid. And Aussie strangers are going to be throwing their ice cream cones at your face. You'll very quickly be banished from the beach as if you're Shrek on a register. But don't worry, the great people of Manscaped can stop you ruining your summer and or life. No longer will you be a pariah forced to hide in your house on account of looking like an ungroomed sloth. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Why is the Irish guy talking to me about pubic hair? But please, stifle your vomit. I'll get back to slagging off Jack Grealish in a minute. Manscaped has their Performance Package 4.0 to keep you looking nice and tidy. I mean, there's 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. I mean, that's the population of Croatia, so they can't all be wrong. Go to manscaped.com and use the code IrishGuy20 for 20% off. Inside this package, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer and also the Weed Whacker, which sounds like Michael Corleone if he was a gardener. But no, it's an ear and nose hair trimmer. There's also Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, Crop Reviver Toner, Performance Boxer Briefs, and a travel bag to hold everything. I mean, the Lawnmower 4.0, it features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents due to their advanced skin-safe technology. It's got a 7,000 RPM motor and gives you the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when you need a more precise shave. Oh yeah, and it's waterproof, so you're not going to electrocute yourself in the bath unless you decide to do all this while making toast in there. Don't do that. There's also 2 free gifts in the Performance Package 4.0. The Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. I'm sorry, what? So go on, 20% off plus free shipping when you use the code IrishGuy20 at checkout. You'd be stupid not to do this. Hello, I am the Irish guy, and Barcelona want Harry Maguire? What? I realise this transfer window so far has been an anticlimactic pit of despair. I mean, honestly, we've wanted big stories, right? Well, so far, it's been slow, so very slow. I mean, like if we're all about to sit down with a big bag of popcorn and watch the entire series box set of The Only Way is Essex. I mean, I'm pretty sure after 20 minutes of that, I'd be close to biting off a chunk of the couch. This has been ridiculously tedious. Nothing has happened so far. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't help because I spent the last week coughing into a shoebox. But honestly, yesterday, it was Cristiano Ronaldo to Chelsea, and now it's Harry Maguire to Barcelona. I mean, do people think we're all stupid? I mean, do I look like I've got the IQ of a horse? Ozzy, Chelsea buying Ronaldo. Yeah, I remember this transfer rumor in 2008. All because Luis Felipe Scolari had just swapped the Portugal job for Chelsea. I mean, I remember walking past the shop and seeing this in the sun, and honestly, I may have been a kid, but even me with my mashed potato brain, even I knew there was more chance of me agreeing to breastfeed a pig than there was for Ronaldo to join Chelsea. But now, no, this. Oh no, Barcelona apparently wanted to take an £85 million jellyfish off the hands of Manchester United. If this is true, then honestly, the FBI should arguably raid the club's confines because something seriously weird is going on. Because after what we've just witnessed in a Manchester United shirt from Maguire, football's answer to Mr. Bean, if another elitist Super League club chooses to buy him after that, no, it's been like some lonely weirdo from a council flat in Wigan choosing to buy a 2-star mail-order bride from Peru. When she's already spent 3 years in jail for smothering her ex in his sleep, Maguire's already been a defensive self-destruction pancake of a defender at Manchester United, so why would Barcelona agree to take this walking infection off their hands? I mean, it makes about as much sense as French kissing an old woman who just sneezed on the bus. Listen, I don't want to sit here and tell you that Maguire is football's answer to leprosy. I mean, that's too far because there is a footballer in there. Pep Guardiola had 2 centre-backs in his shopping list before he got Ruben Diaz. First choice was Virgil van Dijk. Second choice was Harry Maguire. And Jose Mourinho also wanted to buy him from Manchester United. Trust me, there is a footballer in there. It's unfair of me to just write him off as some sort of Fred Flintstone lookalike who's just a waddling centre-half who's constipated 70% of the time. But that still does not mean he should ever wear the shirt of Barcelona. I know he comes from Manchester United, but do you really think he's going to boost shirt sales? Do you really think there's any young budding Barcelona fan who's going to be rushing out of the shops to get Maguire 5 on the back? Maguire! I'm sorry, but Maguire is such an ugly name. I mean, it's the same name as that criminal family off Shameless. And I'm guessing if any Barcelona fans ever dared to watch that show on Netflix, they'd very quickly get sick down their legs. Xavi Hernandez, as a player, was one of the most brilliant minds in football. I mean, this man was always at least 6 chess moves ahead in his brain. But as a manager, if this happens, then he'll be demonstrating demonstrating he's got the intelligence of a dog. As part of negotiations for Frankie de Jong, apparently Barcelona have just asked United for Harry Maguire. So this is like me trying to buy a football shirt off eBay and I offer the seller cash. They say no, and instead ask me to send a Polaroid of me doing a poo on the floor. What could Barcelona possibly want with Harry Maguire? Unless they're bringing him in to clean the bins outside the academy. Unless he's being employed as some sort of groundskeeper Willie to cut the lawn and genuinely scare the kids, then this might be the most ludicrous rumour I've ever heard. Listen, right now I realise that Xavi wants a new centre half because let's be real, despite being successful teammates together, I think we're now finally understanding what he actually thinks of Gerard Piqué. I mean, clearly he didn't like the fact that Piqué went on Gary Neville's podcast and basically campaigned to be the future Barcelona president, and he probably still a bit uncomfortable with the fact that Piqué's legs have been gone ever since that Bayern Munich 8-2. No, I mean, I don't think he's been dumped by Barca because he just broke up with Shakira. I mean, I'm not sure why that would have any impact. Unless Xavi is some weird creepy stalker fanboy who used to enjoy breaking into Piqué's locker to sniff the singer's perfume on his clothes. Unless he's the type of guy to turn up at Piqué's flat trying to lick Shakira's hair off the doormat, then I don't really see why that would have changed anything. But what I do know is that targeting Harry Maguire, that would actually make my toenails curl. Barcelona are a wonderful club, but they're a club who've been through so much heartache in recent years. Is it not enough that their finances were publicly dragged through a mile of broken glass? Is it not bad enough they were forced to watch their team concede 8 in one match, that they had to watch Lionel Messi move house to France? And now you want to shove an £80 million meatball down their throats? I mean, this is like if your house was destroyed by a storm. I mean, your dad packed up his bags and left your mum. You've been forced to go and live under a bridge, eating dead mice for tea, and then the final straw, your mother drops the bombshell that she's getting remarried to that PE teacher who was fired for sending children photos of his knob. I mean, come on! How much more can they take? The last thing Barcelona fans need right now, in their time of crisis, is a suitcase filled with Harry Maguire. I mean, this is a fan base who's used to the best. So can you imagine them watching Real Madrid unveil the likes of Aurelien and Tchouameni, an exciting world-class wonder kid, while Barca are giving a shirt number to a guy whose head looks like a television. I mean, it's ironic his name is Harry because really, he looks like one of Crabbe or Goyle. I mean, honestly, it's not like Maguire was even a budding young wonder kid who was tipped for glory from an early age. No, the likes of Chris Smalling. Yes, he was headhunted as a teenager and tipped for greatness. Football's answer to Justin Bieber. But Maguire, back in his Sheffield United days, he just looked a bit like a confused dinner lady. I mean, Kylian Mbappe had photos of Ronaldo on his wall, but Maguire probably used to think of Phil Jagielka in the shower. I mean, to put this in context, go back to the summer of 2016, when Hull City had 13 senior footballers in their squad. I mean, they were about as well equipped to start a Premier League season as I am to fly a plane across the equator. Yeah, I'd be more likely to wheel the thing headfirst into the airport. Well, Steve Bruce, despite that summer probably having to ring up friends of his son or scour the local park for players, he still didn't have Maguire in his starting 11. I mean, this guy only started 3 of the club's first 14 league games. Oh yeah, and he was nearly sold to Middlesbrough for 5 million quid. I mean, the previous year, they nearly sold him to Bristol City. Nobody in their wildest dreams would have combed through that Hull City squad and pinpointed him as future Barcelona quality. I mean, I know what some optimistic Barca fans will say. Oh, I bet you all laughed at us when we bought Piqué from Man United. And yeah, fair point. Some people probably did think that the Barcelona president's morning bowl of shreddies had been spiked with pig bowel medicine, because when he bought Piqué, he was a Man United bench warmer who couldn't hack the ring and had just been bullied off the park at Bolton. And then he emerged into one of the world's most successful centre halves of all time. Yes, that is true, but no, that is not going to happen to Maguire. Piqué was 21 years of age and had already spent 7 years of his life in the Barca academy. Maguire is a big, draggled, downtrodden former Wigan and Hull centre half, someone who looks a bit like an orc. Oh yeah, and he turns 30 in March. The fact that this man has the Manchester United captain's armband weighing down his arm, you might as well make him play every match wearing a school bag filled with books. Honestly, this is about as clever as giving Bilbo Baggins the ring. I mean, honestly, if this man has to wear this thing for another year, he's honestly going to look like Smeagol eating fish in a cave. Honestly, yes, I realise Maguire just got married over the last week. Oh, how very nice, but Christ above, a warning to your wife, because I'm guessing that Manchester United captain's armband probably has some sort of shining power play going on with Harry's mind. I mean, give it a few months and he'll probably also be acting down the bathroom door. If Barcelona are targeting English centre halves, then good grace, I can imagine them trying to buy the likes of John Stones, Ben White, or Fikayo Tomori. But Maguire, someone who's got the balance of one of those bananas in pyjamas. Are you telling me Xavi wants to create a centre-back partnership of Andreas Christensen and Harry Maguire? Does nobody else realise how much that makes me get sick up my nose? But what I don't get is If this is true, why don't Man United just say yes? Christ, Maguire is a lost cause. This is a man whose confidence is on the floor and he's never going to pick it back up. This man cannot handle the spotlight of Manchester United. I mean, clearly he's suffering from imposter syndrome. So I'm sorry, suddenly being told to go and live in sunny Spain and integrate yourself in one of the biggest clubs in the world? How do you think this man would cope with El Clasico? Traveling to the Santiago Bernabeu and being told to pocket Karim Benzema on a Sunday afternoon? I think we all know that Benzema would very quickly chew apart his career as if it was made of chocolate-flavoured Weetabix. El Clasico is the champagne and olives game of club football. A swanky, almost black tie event. It's a place full of football's biggest and wealthiest clients. I'm sorry, but nobody should be playing in this thing if their name is Harry. Okay, a bit unfair. England do have a Harry who is world class, but it's not Maguire. Some players, their face just does not fit these clubs. I'm sorry, but Jonathan Woodgate, absolutely brilliant defender, and makes Maguire, by comparison, look a bit like an immobile lawnmower. I mean, honestly, if he was still a player today, this man would be England's best defender by a country mile. But still, him moving to Real Madrid in 2004, it didn't look right. I mean, he just spent a season playing beside Titus Bramble. So, swapping him for Sergio Ramos, it just didn't look right. A bit like how Danny DeVito is a brilliant actor, right? Yeah, terrific. Still wouldn't cast him as the next James Bond, nor would I give Al Pacino the role of Spider-Man. Woodgate was an uncompromising, no-nonsense northern defender who grew up supporting Middlesbrough, sticking him in a pristine white Real Madrid shirt and telling him to play alongside Roberto Carlos, Ronaldo and Zidane. It's a bit like teaching a cow how to dance. And similarly, Maguire. Can you imagine him staring around this Barca dressing room and trying to fit in? I mean, as soon as even Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang spots him, he'll probably roll his eyes and beg for a move to the MLS. Honestly, I hope this rumor is false. It has to be, because Maguire, Harry Maguire playing in the Champions League for Barcelona, just what? It's all just a bit ew. I mean, that's what do you think? Let me know in the comments section, what do you think? Should Harry Maguire leave Man United for Barca? Is this rumor even true? It can't be, surely can't be. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe. As always, I'll talk to you in a while.